with everything he had done, there was still purpose in the way. But point number 2, verse 10. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, comma, pause. Point 2, there is purpose in the weather. Y'all heard Dr. Glover say earlier that I am originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm glad to have my cousin here who resides in Fort Lauderdale so she can testify to this. We're originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and in Arizona we don't get a lot of rain. It doesn't rain a lot. It's on the opposite side of the country, and the behavior of the climate is exactly opposite. So as much as it rains here, think about it doesn't do that there. And while it's not raining there, things happen when there is no water. Things happen when there's a drought in the land. And the first things that happen is dust begins to accumulate in the air. And the more dust accumulates, the more it gets all over everything. It gets on the ground and it gets all over your car. And pretty soon you don't have any grass because it's just dirt. There's no water to water the seed. And then bugs begin to grow exponentially. They're just bugs and more bugs. You can't get rid of them because they haven't been flooded out. They haven't been swept away. But when the process of rain begins to fall, before rain does any of the marvelous things we know rain to do, before it brings forth seed, before it brings forth buds and plants and vegetables and causes growth, it destroys everything that is in opposition to what it was purposed to do. When rain falls, I'm going to say that again, the first thing it does, it destroys everything in opposition to what it was purposed to do. So when rain falls in your life, the first thing it is going to do before it brings you any kind of growth or return, it's going to get rid of everything that is in the way for what God wants to do in your life. That is the reason why. That is the reason why you got the pink slip, because that job was keeping you from fulfilling the business that God has placed inside of you. That's why you had to let that car go, because that wasn't the car God wanted you to have in the first place. Young people, that's why that boyfriend or girlfriend had to get out the way, because if you would have stayed with them, you wouldn't be going to college, you would be breastfeeding or paying child support. That's why. Sometimes we ask God to bring rain. We say, God, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. And God is saying, cool, I have no problem with it raining in your life. Just understand, before you get the results you want, I have to get rid of some things in the meantime.